What happens when a pride meets a buffalo herd? The question hangs over the savannah like heat over dust. In the golden light of dawn, a lion pride stirs, muscles rippling under tawny fur, eyes fixed on a distant wall of buffalo. Scene setting begins with landscape, the endless grass, the slow sway of acacia, the sun climbing a cobalt sky. Here, every movement matters. A single sound can tip the balance between feast and fatal mistake. We slow our breath and watch. Observation starts with the hunters. Lions move as a chorus, a pattern carved by generations of trial. The females flank, low and whisper quiet, each step measured to blend with wind and grass. The males guard the pride and the territory, heads held like dark suns. We track the subtle signals, a tail flick, a crouch, the soft ripple of muscle under skin. From a distance, the buffalo are a vast, living rampart. Dark hides, curved horns, small, intelligent eyes scanning for scent and change. Insight comes when the two forces draw closer. Buffalo are not passive prey. They are social engineers built for survival. Their herd memory remembers past hunts, and leaders form a protective ring around calves. A buffalo's hide is thick, its bulk a physics problem for any predator. Horns are angled and deadly, able to gore with explosive force. The lions calculate, target, timing, cooperation. The buffalo answer, clustering, charging, turning the ground into a contest of leverage and will. We move into a specific encounter. A lioness slips from cover, belly to earth, paws whispering in the grass. Her breath is measured, her pupils wide, reflecting the world like a dark mirror. She marks a path toward an isolated yearling that lagged at the herd's edge. The herd stiffens. A lead buffalo lifts its head, nostrils flaring, sensing the change in wind. The yearling freezes, and the rhythm of the scene tightens like a drawn bow. As the hunt begins, pace quickens but remains deliberate. The lioness bursts forward in a controlled sprint, hips tucked, claws extending. The herd explodes into motion, a churning mass of muscle and horn. Buffalo are disciplined. They circle, horns interlocking, forming a defensive crescent. Where many imagine chaos, what we see is a choreography of survival. Each animal plays a role, the sentinels, the flankers, the desperate young ones. A collision is imminent. Impact is not cinematic glamour but raw physics. A bull buffalo may weigh close to a ton. Momentum becomes a weapon beyond cunning. A charging buffalo can hit speeds that transform the ground underfoot. When a buffalo meets a lion, the contact is brutal, flying dust, strained sinew, a chorus of bellows and roars. The lion must use leverage, teeth finding throat or nose while avoiding the lethal horn. Success is possible, but cost is high. Injury, blood loss, death. We pause to observe anatomy. The lion's jaw exerts crushing force designed to suffocate, not to dismember. Retractable claws provide a silent arsenal for grip. Buffalo possess dense muscle, a low center of gravity, and horns shaped into powerful defensive tools. This anatomical duel is ancient engineering, refined by natural selection. Every scar on hide and fur is a page in an evolutionary story about trade-offs between speed, strength, and endurance. Back to the field, a buffalo bull charges and slams into a lioness. The impact throws dust and scatters onlookers. The lioness rolls, claws slashing, but the horn finds flank and shoulder-tearing skin, exposing red muscle. The alarm call spreads through the herd. Other buffalo pivot, forming a living barrier. In this moment, Cooperation shifts the calculus. Predators depend on surprise and isolation. The herd's unity becomes its armor. We listen to sounds, the low rumble of hooves, the ragged breath of a wounded animal, the sharp intake of a lion preparing for another pass. Sound in the savannah is a language. It communicates urgency, pain, warning, and sometimes triumph. Our cameras capture the vibration in tall grass, the echo off termite mounds, the staccato snap of a dry twig betraying movement. The pride recalibrates. Not every hunt is a commitment to victory. Often it is an exercise in risk assessment. The lionesses confer with subtle body language, eye contact, a tilt of the head, a small step to the left. They may abandon an injured sister to preserve the pride. In the wild, choices are economies of survival. Energy spent chasing a dangerous prey can mean lost opportunities when resources are scarce. We observe resilience in the herd. A buffalo that has been gored may still find refuge within the circle of its kin. Buffalo mothers push calves to the safety of the inner ring, while older bulls brace their necks against attack. The herd functions as a single organism, distributing risk across bodies like a living patchwork quilt. Individual sacrifice sometimes secures group survival, a dynamic deeply embedded in eusocial strategies observed across species. Close-ups reveal detail, flared nostrils tasting the air, whiskers trembling with tension, horn tips glinting like polished obsidian. Eyes tell the story, small pupils dilated with fear or narrowed with intent. Blood beads at a lion's mouth, a dark halo on golden fur. The visual intensity is not voyeurism. It is intimate study of life in its rawest form. As the sun climbs higher, fatigue sets in. Predators pant, tongues heavy, prey lean into their hooves, muscles trembling with exertion. Heat imposes a biologic limit. Lions schedule hunts for cooler hours, early morning, dusk, when endurance and stealth meet advantage. Heat shapes behavior as much as hunger does. We examine outcomes. Sometimes the pride secures a takedown. A young buffalo pinned, throat clamped, the struggle ending with a hush, the herd retreating like a tide. Other times, the buffalo repel the attack, blood bright against dust, lions licking wounds and walking away empty-throated. Both outcomes feed the ecosystem. Scavengers arrive, carrion becomes nutrients, bones enrich the soil. Death here is not an endpoint, but a transfer of energy across the web of life. Reflection asks what these encounters teach us. They reveal the balance of risk and cooperation, the evolutionary arms race that sculpts bodies and behaviors. They remind us that ecosystems are dynamic theaters where individual lives influence communal outcomes. Watching such battles, we confront our assumptions about cruelty and necessity. Nature is neither moral nor malicious. It is adaptive. We bring science to bear. Studies show that buffalo herding behavior reduces individual predation risk by broadening the target and increasing defensive capabilities. Lion prides exhibit role specialization that improves hunting success, but increases intra-group dependency. Ecologists use models to map these interactions, revealing thresholds where hunting success plummets or herd cohesion collapses under pressure. Conservation context is crucial. Human encroachment, habitat fragmentation, and poaching disturb these ancient rhythms. When buffalo populations decline, lion hunting patterns shift, sometimes increasing human-wildlife conflict. Protecting habitat corridors and enforcing anti-poaching measures preserves not just species, but the intricate choreography of predator and prey that maintains biodiversity. We close with perspective. The lion versus buffalo battle is not a spectacle of villainy. It is an argument about survival, cooperation, and adaptation. Every tense moment on the savannah is a lesson written in muscle and nerve. As observers, we are humbled witnesses to a world shaped by pressures older than our stories. Our final shot is the landscape again. A sweeping aerial retreat over acacia and termite mound, a pride moving into shadow, the buffalo herd grazing, resilient and watchful. The day continues. The savannah holds its breath, waiting for the next meeting of ancient forces. What we have seen is a fragment of a larger story about life, death, and balance in the wild. Hold these images with care. They are reminders of what we stand to lose if we do not act to protect these places. Subscribe for more cinematic wildlife stories and protect wild places today.